Good morning, YouTube. I hope everybody is well, and welcome to Tonetta Clay's page or channel. I wanted to do this video this morning because I know Mother's Day is nearing. It's actually this Sunday, 2019. I don't know what the date offhand, but I know it's this Sunday. And for us who have lost their mom, but do not have their mom in their life, it's definitely a hard day to of course know that it's coming and see everybody talking about their mom and seeing all the commercials about taking your mom out to dinner and buying diamonds and doing all these things. And when we don't have a mom, because my mom passed away back when I was 20 years old, I believe. It was back in November 1998. So I guess I was about 21, I think, at the time. I was in college when my mother passed away. She passed away of cervical cancer that had spread and that kind of thing. She did have hospice services as well, but I didn't understand it back then as far as what the services were and what was going on, but I know now. I'm actually working in that field now. So, but like I said, as far as, and I'll talk about my story sometime soon, not right now, but I guess some other day. But I just wanted to come on with this video this morning or today, just talking about the grief process and I guess my grief process and what to kind of expect. I guess I put it that way. I know everybody's going to grieve their mother in a different way, especially if you lost your mom recently. I lost my mother like a little bit over 20 years ago. And I'm just now to the point of being able to, of course, talk about it, get things out there, talk about the grief, talk about what I went through, talk about how others may be feeling and hoping, and in my hopes to, I guess, of course, inspire others and that kind of thing to, of course, continue on their journey and not give up and know that it's okay to grieve and know that it's okay to do it in your own time. There is no, you grieve one day and you're over it. To me, I guess we're dealing with your mom or a parent. I'll just stick with the mothers, but because like I said, this is Mother's Day coming up. But as far as grieving, like I said, there are stages to grief. I believe there's 5 stages to grief, and I should have wrote those stages down, but from memory, I can kind of talk about them as far as some parts of the stages, some parts being, of course, the anger, saying that, of course, you are upset, that kind of thing, because of what's going on. And excuse me, because I have my window open, and it's a loud truck passing by. But as far as you being angry that the situation has occurred, that your mom has passed away, that whatever has went on, and you don't know how to deal with the situation. Of course, there's shock. Of course, I was shocked as well. Even though I knew that the time was coming, I felt that it was coming. I knew kind of when it was going to be here. So I kind of saw the symptoms, kind of saw how she was breathing, what was going on, those kind of things, because she actually passed at home, at my grandmother's home, because that's who was giving her care and that kind of thing. So I did see the stages, of course, up front. I know what the stages are now, I guess, in total, as far as me studying them and reading them and things like that. But back then, I was 21 years old. I had no idea. I knew she was passing away. I just didn't know what everything was and how to explain everything or what the concepts were, whichever the cases may be in. But I know that now. But like I said, as far as the stages, you go through a lot of different things. Like I said, there's anger, there's shock, there's disbelief, there's bargaining, trying to tell God that they can take you or do something else, or you'll be a good person because you want your mom to come back, and those kind of things. And then, of course, somewhere along the lines, you, of course, learn to accept that the death has occurred, and accept that that person is no longer going to be in your life, and accept that you will always have memories, of course, of that person, but that person will no longer come back to this earth. I guess I put it that way, in the form that you saw them in. Like I said, there's a lot of stages that you go through, a lot of things that you go through. Like I said, it took me over 20 years to get to the acceptance part. I had to do a lot of forgiving and different things that went on. As me being a child growing up and seeing my mother go through these different things and trying to figure out what's happening, feeling fearful and that kind of thing, and forgiving her for all those things that occurred. Knowing that that's the space that now I know that was the space and that was the mindset that she was in back then. And there was kind of nothing that I could have done about it, even though I tried to do a lot of things about it. But like I said, just going through that process, trying to accept things as they were, things that I didn't get a chance to say that was unspoken, like the I love yous, and trying to get like some back history of what was going on, the way she was raised, and different things that she may have been going through. We never had that kind of, well, we had a mother-daughter relationship, I guess you can say, but we never had that kind of open relationship where everything was shared, or I guess what I hear other people talking about with their moms and how they can talk to their mom about everything, and their mom is their best friend and that kind of thing. I didn't have that kind of relationship with my mom. So, of course, like I said, there was a lot of forgiveness of myself, of her, and the situations that I had to deal with over the years, I guess I'd say. And no, it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy for anybody to, of course, grieve their mother, get over the death. It's not that. It's not going to be one day. It's not going to be 1 week. It's not even probably going to be 1 year for a lot of us. I know a lot of other people who are struggling that just lost their mom almost, I guess, like a little bit over a year now. Some people who lost their mom last week, of course, like the last several years, that kind of thing as well. I've seen posts, of course, of theirs on Facebook and on social media about them losing a mom and how hard it was and that kind of thing, and them still trying to get over the depression and get through things. Like I said, it may take you a while, because I know there are stages to everything. It's not that you just wake up one day, you just get over things. You have to work through those situations. And yes, it's hard to work through those situations. I know I had to go through those situations, those, like I said, the forgiveness, the depression, why did my mother have to go, all those kind of things. It's too early. I'm only 21, and she will never get a chance to see, of course, my marriage, or she didn't see me graduate from college. I was graduating from college, I guess, like that following May. About 6-7 months, I don't know, 8 months after she passed away, actually. I still did graduate, that kind of thing. I wasn't going to stop and not graduate because it was close to my time to graduate, of course. Even if it wasn't, I still was going to graduate because I know that was something that she would have wanted me to, of course, accomplish, to complete. My dad was there, which was fine as well. Like I said, but she just never got a chance. I got married that July, actually. I know it was young, we're divorced now, but I did get married that July, and she wasn't there either to see me, of course, tie the knot, that kind of thing, for the first time, and take those vows to my husband. I guess ex-husband at that time. I guess I put it that way. My dad, of course, was there. His father did the ceremony. He's a minister. Like I said, those first things that your mother, that a lot of people, mothers, get a chance to see them do and that kind of thing. Mine didn't, and I know there's many out there whose mother will not be there for those things. The first child being born, the first house being bought, all those kind of things, the first actual job you get, those kind of things. Because sometimes we have our mothers pass away early and we can't do anything about that. Sometimes your mother passes away back when you're a kid and she'll never see your like your high school graduation and all those kind of things, like as your first boyfriend or girlfriend or whichever the case may be. Like I said, those things are hard to, I guess, to kind of think about. You do have to think about them, I guess I would say, and figure out how you're going to get past those things. Like I said, no, it's not easy, and no, it's not going to be a day, but yes, at some point you will get past them. Like I said, there's a lot that you're going to go through, you're going to deal with, you're going to think about, all the memories, all the things because I think about the memories all the time. My mother used to always take me over to, well, here in St. Louis, we have Forest Park. And back when I was a kid, we used to actually stay near Forest Park, like in walking distance. So, of course, I do remember a lot. She used to always take me to the St. Louis Science Center, to the History Museum, the Art Museum, and then there was a place called White Rocks we used to go to, which had like these big giant white boulders and rocks, but it was like a little pond, I guess you can say, like a little streamy pond that went into like a bigger pond, I guess you can say, in like the middle of Forest Park. We used to get into the water, play in the water. I used to love going. Like I said, I just remember we used to always go. Those were the happy times when she used to take me out to places like that, make sure that I was very well cultured as far as knowing the arts, knowing the history and that kind of thing, and loving things like that. Like I said, without her doing that for me in my life, I would have never probably been still going to now. I mean, I still go to those places now, as far as going to the Science Center a lot, going to the History Museum, the Art Museum, and all those, the zoo and stuff like that. I still go to those places a lot, and I always remember us going out there like one particular day, that kind of thing, how much fun we had. I don't know all the words that were spoken, of course, but I mean, I know we had fun because I remember those good times. And that's what I want to kind of remind you of, I guess you all of, for those who do not have their mom, to celebrate with their mom this Sunday, or during this week, because I know it's, like I said, hard with all the commercials on and people talking about what they're going to do with their mom on Mother's Day, and people posting pictures with their mom. And like I said, I can't do that. I mean, I know a lot of you, I guess, have lost their mom and can't do that, I guess, as well. And like I said, that is very hard for us to see and to go through our timeline, that kind of thing. Just remember that you don't have to, of course, look at social media right now if you don't want to see those kind of posts and to see all the Mother's Day things, especially when Sunday comes, because sometimes I did not do that. I wasn't online, or of course I went to the cemetery, that kind of thing, and I posted a picture of me and my mom at the tombstone, that kind of thing. But as far as me actually going on Facebook or on Twitter that day, or whatever, or leading up to that day, sometimes I just did not do much of, or any of actually. Because like I said, it was hard for me to, of course, get on there and see all these pictures coming across. I can't say I was jealous. I was just kind of upset, I guess, that my mom wasn't here for me to celebrate those times with. And back in the day, like I said, I was young when she passed away, and there was a lot of things going on with her being abused by my dad, and them both on drugs, crack cocaine, different things like that, and drinking all the time. So we really didn't have that kind of relationship where we could go out to dinner or lunch or had the money to do so. I mean, it was more of the other things that was going on in her life, I guess I put it that way, and trying to get the safety or the drugs, wanting to get another hit, that kind of thing. So it really wasn't anything that I could actually, I mean, I could say Happy Mother's Day or make a card, or if I had the money, try to buy a card, that kind of thing. But it wasn't all that easy, I guess I put it that way, to develop that kind of relationship with the person who wasn't 100% in the right mind all the time. I guess I would say that. And that I wasn't the priority at the time. I guess I put it that way either. Because like I said, she had to, of course, keep herself safe, keep me safe during a lot of those situations, the fighting and stuff like that. And when, of course, they were high, I can always tell, I can smell it, of course, in the house. So, I mean, there wasn't anything where I can, of course, talk to her, do anything with. That was mostly what she was concerned about at the time. So, like I said, I never realized that now. And I used to think back all the time over these 20 years of how a lot of the time that I didn't get a chance to have those mommy and daughter moments. I guess I can say that. Yes, it hurts. Yes, yeah, I've cried about it many a days and things like that. But I realize now that there's nothing I can do about that. The only thing I can do is remember those good times, remember the things that we used to do. Yes, there was a lot of sad times, bad times, that kind of thing, but there was a lot of good times as well. I can't say it was every day, that because nobody has good times every day back when you're in situations like that. But at times, like I said, there were good times and things that I remembered, as far as going to visit like my aunts and all that kind of stuff, and having fun at their house, my cousins and my mom being there and that kind of thing. Like I said, those were some good times as well. And all the times we went to see the Mickey Mouse. I think it was Mickey Mouse and Mickey on Ice and stuff like that at the arena. And the arena is actually imploded now. It's gone like years ago. It's now in like a apartment building that, or condo building that stands there now. But like I said, I do remember those good times. I mean, like I said, I have thought about those over the 20 years, and I used to cry about them all the time. I know you all are going to go through the same thing as far as having all those memories. I have a lot of pictures, of course, that kind of thing as well, because I created a lot of photo albums. I don't know how many photo albums. I took all these 1,000 pictures, I'm pretty sure it's more than that though, but I took a lot of pictures of people, my mom just doing like just random things. I didn't tell people I was taking the pictures, but they were just candid moments that I took. Like I said, that was just something that I did so I can always keep those memories, and when I did get sad, to, of course, go back to those times. And one thing that I did do that a lot of people say, why did you do that? Why would you want to see that? But I did take some photographs of my mother when she was deceased. I did do that at the funeral as well. Some people, of course, why would you do that? You shouldn't do that. But in my mind, and the way I heal, I had to take those pictures. I had to have that in my photo album as well, so I can always look at those and think back. Like I said, with all the good things that happened, and knowing that in some ways she lived a life that she wanted, I guess, kind of wanted to live at that time. I guess I put it that way. My mother was only, 40 years old, 41 years old. She was very young at the time. She didn't, of course, I know as being a child, I used to always ask her about, because she had periods that were long, like months long and that kind of thing. And, of course, when I started having them, I was asking her whether she was okay, because it shouldn't go on that long. Because, I mean, I was getting taught in schools about what was going on, and 6th, 7th grade, we had like those sexual education classes and that kind of thing. And I used to always ask her about her health and what was going on and is she okay? And she's always say, yes, she's fine. But she still hadn't been to the doctor to take care of her health and that kind of thing at all. It was always, like I said, trying to keep herself safe, and from my dad and the abuse and then the drug usage and that kind of thing. I mean, she just wasn't in the right mind to me to do those kind of things. And I understand that now. And for those who have mothers that may have been in those kind of situations, or that may have taken their careers over, over raising their children and had nannies, or the father was a stay-at-home dad or something along those lines, or you were raised by your, other family members because your mother gave you away at a young age, or had had somebody adopt you, or whichever the case may be. Just remember that if you can think back to any of the good times that you had, just always keep those in the back of your head. I know I hear a lot of people talking about sometimes about how they're mad at their mom. They had an argument, that kind of thing, and they can't stand her. They haven't talked to her in years, and I would do anything to talk to my mother at this present point, to say I love her, to hug her, and to hold her, and tell her how I feel. I mean, how I felt about things going on back then, so we can at least have a honest and candid conversation about the way I was raised, what she was going through, why, and those. I would never know those things because, like I said, I never asked her those questions back then. She's gone now, so I can't ask. I can't ask what she was going through, what she went through, and why she did what she did. I mean, why she lived the life that she lived. I mean, I do want to know that. I still want to know that, but like I said, at this time, I can't. I mean, I would never know that. I haven't had anybody that told me why, our family members or that kind of thing. I'm not sure if they all know or what, but I mean, that's something I've always wanted to know. Where my name, I guess Tonetta actually came from, and I know now that it's a common Italian last name. So I don't know if I think my dad may have named me so. His name is Daryl Anthony, but they called him Tony, that kind of thing, and he's deceased as well. Actually, and I'll talk about that in another video, actually for Father's Day. But like I said, I just want to know those things. I mean, I just never get. I mean, I would never get a chance to know those things now, of course. But like I said, I hear people talking about how they're mad at their mom, how they can't stand their mom, how they haven't talked to them. Like I said, I give anything. I'm sure any of you would give anything to talk to your mom and have those last words and all those kind of things as well. And I just want to tell you all that do have your mom, that I feel take your mother for granted at times, as far as not speaking to her or because of some silly argument, that kind of thing. Those things you can always get over. The time is what you're losing. Just remember that there's always a tomorrow that you can, of course, call, swallow your pride, talk to your mom, let her know how you're feeling, and try to squash all those things. Because at some point your mother will pass away. Hopefully it's not during the time that you all are arguing, I put it that way, and you haven't spoken to her and there were some harsh words said, that kind of thing. But just keep in mind that those things happen and that mothers are not going to be here for the rest of our lives. I guess I can say that. And to cherish every moment that you have with your mom. Like I said, myself and others who do not have a mother in their life, whose mother passed away yesterday, last year, last month, 18 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, we don't have our mother in our life to, of course, argue with or to say we don't like or that kind of thing. And we, like I said, we definitely want to have those kind of experiences. So please try to talk to your mother and try to get over those things that you all were going through as quick as you can. Because like I said, nobody is promised tomorrow. And we don't want to leave here with things being unsaid as much as we can. Because I know I had a lot of things that was unsaid. Because like I said, I couldn't talk to her about certain things because it wasn't a priority back then. But like I said, if you have a chance to talk to your mom, to love your mom, to hug your mom one last time, please just do so for us who can't, of course, hug our mom and kiss our mom and take our mom out to lunch, to dinner for Mother's Day, or actually any day of the year for that matter. So like I said, and I'm going to end this video shortly, but like I said, for those who are out there going through the grieving process, of losing their mom, that kind of thing, just know that it does take time. It's not going to be a day, a week, a year that you're going to get past anything as far as the grieving process goes. You're going to do it in your own time. I don't care what people tell you that, oh, you should just get over it and it's not that serious and that kind of thing. Yeah, it is that serious. Especially when you lost your rock, you lost your heart, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was your mom. I mean, it is that serious. And like I said, if those people are telling you that, because I mean, I'm sure I was told, well, I don't know if I was told that in those kind of words, but people did make little small comments and that kind of thing. But like I said, it's kind of hard to get over a death, especially a death of your mom and your parent who raised you and that kind of thing. No matter how she raised you, no matter what she took you through, no matter what you all went through, you still love your mom. And that's anybody, whether you're in foster care, your mother beat you to death, anything. Most kids still love their mom, no matter what the situation is. So like I said, you definitely can get through this. I've gotten through it, and I'm living proof that you can, of course, accept things and start living your life again. There's always life after the passing of your mom, the passing of anybody in your family, or after any kind of death. Just remember that. Your life does not stop because your mom passed away and that kind of thing. And I know it may feel like it at that time, at that moment, at those weeks, or however it may be. But like I said, your life does not stop. You just have to remember that, and I guess kind of push on as much as you can throughout the days and until things get better for you. And like I said, there's no rush in this process at all. You take it on your own time. You don't have to rush the process or try to get through things because somebody else said that you should be over this by now and that kind of thing. Take your time with it, even if you have to journal, even if you have to write down, like I said, journal how you're feeling every day, that kind of thing, or start getting into something creative, writing poetry, taking hikes, taking walks through the park, because nature is my therapy. It always heals and always makes me feel good every time I go to the park and walking around and seeing the beautiful trees and hearing the beautiful birds sing and that kind of thing. I love stuff like that. So like I said, during the years I've baked. Baking is definitely a therapy for me. I mean, I can think about things. I can be peaceful. I ease my mind while I'm baking. I'm getting into the baking. I love whatever I create and decorate with. I love that. Like I said, that's been my therapy as well. So I'm just urging you to find something that you can get into. Usually something creative that you can do that can get your mind off kind of the situation and kind of help you grow and help you learn a new skill in the meantime. Because those skills may turn into a business for you. You never know. So like I said, definitely, like I said, I'm going to get off this video. But like I said, it's in the beginning. Losing a mother is hard, and with Mother's Day coming up, just keep in mind that you do not have to turn on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram every day. This, I guess, starting today till Sunday, Monday, and seeing all those posts and seeing all that stuff coming up. I may not be on there a lot. I will be on there, but I won't be on there a lot as I usually will be. I will, of course, post and that kind of thing, but I won't scroll as much at all. Because, like I said, that kind of saddens me at times still to see people posting pictures, and I'm like, I don't have my mom and that kind of thing. It is getting easier, I can say that, but it's not 100% going away. I'm sure it never will be going away, I guess I'd say that, because there's always going to be a void in my life and something that's left, a lot of things that was left unsaid. So like I said, with that, just remember, you all, that for those who are out there grieving, that to take your time, please take your time, and just get into doing something creative that you can ease your mind and ease your thoughts and get yourself, I guess, into a better space. Like I said, it won't be right away, but it will help you along somewhere along the line to start doing those things I mentioned, like the nature walks and meditation and prayer and those kind of things. The journaling, the writing poetry, the writing a book if you want to, a memoir of your times that you all had, or creating a photo album or creating a memory book, all those things. Like I said, they will create some kind of peace for you and some kind of happiness for you to know that there is life after death. And like I said, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to my video about Mother's Day and grieving your mom and that kind of thing. And I just hope that whoever's listening to this, that you can take something from this video to inspire yourself to, of course, keep pushing, keep moving. Because I know at times I wanted to give up as well. I didn't want to go on. But just know that there is life after the death and the passing of your mom, that you do not have to give up on yourself and your goals and your dreams. I'm sure your mother wouldn't have wanted you to do that either. So like I said, with that, just have a good day, everybody. And that if anybody wants to, of course, reach out to me, you can always comment below, and I'll definitely reply to your comments. We can get to talking about your situation if you need. And just to keep in mind, I am going into the coaching industry, actually. I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker over 20 years now. And the coaching is coming natural to me and something that I want to get into. So, of course, I do not mind talking to anybody about grieving, because I've been through a lot of grieving, actually. So, like I said, if you do want to reach out, you can always leave a comment below, and I can reach out to you as soon as I get your message. So with that, everybody take care, and everybody have a great day. Love you all. Bye-bye.